Hello, 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 and welcome to the Reclaim Your Life podcast with me, Vicky Igbokwe-Ozoagu, your colossal connections coach, supporting and empowering you to let go of guilt, experience colossal transformations, and reclaim your life. What? Before I go any further, I have to give a massive shout out to an incredible human being, Kimberly Medina, aka Coach Kim, who basically put me in check a couple of days ago and set the challenge of getting my first podcast episode recorded because we both know how long I've been procrastinating on this. So, Coach Kim, thank you so much. We are here. Okay, so I'm here to support you to live the life that you want, to reclaim your life. Now, when I think back to 5 years ago, a piece of advice that I wish I'd gotten then, that I didn't, that really, really would have helped me speed up my process would have been it starts with you. That's the piece of advice I wish I'd gotten way, way sooner. It starts with you. So, what does that mean? Anything that you want to achieve in your life has to start with you deciding what that thing is. When I look back on my journey, I recognize now that I was doing a lot of people pleasing. I was doing a lot of keeping up with the Joneses. I was doing a lot of, oh, I should be doing that because that's what said person expects from me. And what I recognize now, and what I had an inkling of back then, but couldn't identify it, was while I was forging paths in these different arenas, like physically, my body was moving towards them, but spiritually, my gut was going, no, we don't want to do this. Vicky, you don't want to do this. But because I was allowing the influences around me to basically dictate how I moved and how I showed up, I had convinced myself that, yeah, this was fine. This is what I wanted. But in actual fact, it really, really wasn't. So that's my first piece of advice that I'd love to give to you in our journey together through this podcast is that it starts and continues with you. You have to take the time to decide what it is that you truly want for your life. Not what the others say, but what you want. And you need to know and be confident in knowing that what you want may absolutely go against what those around you think you should be having. And that's okay. Because something that I did get from a mentor a few years ago was that my vision, your vision, is no one else's. It's not your job to convince someone that the vision you have for your life is the correct one, right? Your job is to figure out what it is that you want for your life, understand why it's important for you, and then, and only then, should you start to look at the how. And this is really important, my friend, because the how tends to derail the whole thing. Okay? So, breaking this down even further, it starts and continues with you. Your vision is your vision alone. I want you to think about what is it that you truly want for your life? And when I say life, I'm talking about all of the elements. Because one thing that I no longer subscribe to, and I'm inviting you to explore this for yourself, is this thing where we do life to the left and then your work, business, practice to the right. No, 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 no. We're throwing that away. It's gone. And what we're looking at is your whole entire life with your work, your business, your practice being an element of that. But we're going for full fulfillment here. All right. So when I say to you, when I ask you, what is it that you truly want for your life? What is the vision you have for your life? I am talking about your relationship. I am talking about your finances and money. I'm talking about health. I'm talking about your well-being, your emotional, mental, spiritual well-being. I'm talking about travel. Like, how many times a year do you want to be traveling? Okay. What's the kind of environment that you want to be at? What we're doing here, what you're doing here is designing your full life with your work, business, and practice being a part of it. Okay. So, what is it that you truly want for your life? What does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like for you? Yes, using the senses that you have available to you, I want you to create a layered, textured picture of your life. Now, you might do this through journaling. You might do this through taking a walk. I've done that many a times. I love taking, anything between half an hour to 60-minute walks where you're allowing your mind to wander. Meditation might be something that you're into. Going to the gym might be the thing that helps you. Like, what's the environment? What's the activity that's going to help you to release yourself of all of the you should be doing and tune into you and your inner voice? Okay. Now, when you do that activity, I want you to ask, what is it that you want for your full life? Now, once you've taken a bit of time to do that, the next thing that I want you to then think about is, why is it important? And this why isn't like why do you want it? This is a why so that you understand the importance of it, that you understand it's important to achieve it because it enables you to live your life in a certain way, or it enables you to experience a relationship in a certain way, or it enables you to save X amount of money that then means you can go off and start your traveling dreams. The other reason why the why is so important is because on the dark days, and I wish I could say to you that it's all going to be hunky dory, easy peasy, lemon squeezy from this point onwards. Now, I never say it's easy. I always say it will be easier when you have done this initial piece of work. Because if anything comes your way that starts to, add any guilt or add any doubt, you can go back to your why. Why is it important for you to achieve the specific things that you want? Because in the dark times, in the moments where you doubt yourself, in the moments where you've got a negative Nancy that comes your way going, oh no, you should be grateful for what you've got currently, speaking from experience, if you can't tell, you'll be able to go back to your why and go, no, I want to do this because actually I don't want to be working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because when I do that, I miss out on quality time with my family. I miss out on quality time with my husband, my wife, my partner. Yeah. So actually, I'm going to do the things that I need to do to reduce the amount of days that I work and reduce the amount of hours that I work, because that gives me more time with the people I love the most. Okay? So, what is it that you want to achieve and why it is important to you? We're not going to focus on the how right now because I want you to enjoy the process of figuring out the what and the why. So I guess then my next episode on this podcast is going to be about the how. So I want you to give yourself some time this week. I would suggest that you do a little and often. So my little and often is doing something consistently, doing something daily over a period of time. So you might give yourself 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, and you can pick whether you do it the first thing when you get up or before you go to bed or during your lunch break or whenever in between that. But I want you to spend 10 to 15 minutes a day for the next 7 days thinking about what is it that you want to achieve for your life and why it's important to you. So what I recommend, if you've got a piece of paper in front of you, you put a line down the middle so you've got two columns, what and why. In the what, you write what it is. Next to it, in the why column, you write why that is. And keep going with that. And you can have as many things as you want to, because then what we can do together is to then start to figure out what the how is for each of them, and then in what order you need to do it. So I hope that this initial first podcast episode has been really useful to you. Now, if you want to reach out to me, you can get a hold of me on Instagram, VICKI_IGBOKWE. That's Vicky_Igbokwe on Instagram. Or you can contact me via my website at www.vickigboKWE.com. That's VickyIgbokwe.com. Now, I look forward to connecting with you again and again and supporting you in your journey to let go of guilt, experience colossal transformations, and to reclaim your life. If you do nothing else today, I want to invite you and encourage you to do something that brings joy to your life. Lots of love. That's me signing out, Vicky-Igbokwe-Ozoagu.